Justice has been served for the family of 95-year-old Clare Nowland after New South Wales police officer Kristian White was found guilty of manslaughter.
Never happened. The officer's employment is currently under review and that process is underway.
The constable will return to court today, where the prosecution will ask for him to be taken into custody until his sentencing. For more, we're joined by Robert Critchlow, former New South Wales Detective Superintendent. Great to have you with us, Rob. So, as a former police officer, in terms of his employment, do you think there'll be a decision on that soon?
There will be. There's quite a few processes that must be followed under legislation and case law. The whole industrial aspect of this is decided by higher courts, and there are decisions which compel the Commissioner to be very detailed and considered when they review the status of this constable's employment based on the facts of what's happened.
So he's been suspended with pay to this point. When will that stop, do you think? Will it stop?
It will be reviewed after the decision yesterday and may revert to suspension without pay. That's a matter for the Commissioner as well, whilst she considers all the files put before her.
There's been a number of high-profile cases in terms of police abuse of power. Is there a culture issue?
Well, it's a valid question. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of police being charged with very serious crimes, on duty, off duty, and some of the worst crimes that are imaginable have been committed allegedly by the police force members in New South Wales. So there's a big question to be asked about what's going on, and we really need to have a close look at the culture of the police force.
There are calls for police training and how to deal with particularly those suffering with dementia, and we know that it's increasing in society in Australia. Is this an important step?
It's crucial. There are 411,000 people suffering from dementia in Australia at the moment. 40% of the community will suffer from a mental health condition at some stage of their lives. It's going to affect a lot of people. Police are encountering these people on a 24-hour basis. It's very challenging. It's very hard for the police to do that, but they need the training. There was a great program in place between 2006 and 2019, which had 4 days of training in relation to de-escalating difficult situations, making sure the rights of the person are protected while keeping people safe. That program has stopped, and it really needs some sort of replacement to make sure we're safe. Because
the vast majority of police are great people, they do a great job. It's a challenge that I guess needs to be addressed.
Frontline policing's a crazy beast. There's things happening 24 hours a day you couldn't even imagine what's going to happen next. So it's very, very challenging for these officers without resources, without backup. This one was in the country, it's the middle of the night, it's challenging. But most incidents are resolved peacefully and properly. And we've got to look at those small cases that need some support for the members to make good decisions. And really, the police must have empathy for these people suffering conditions. This poor lady was in her home, even though it's a nursing home, it's actually her home. And so this empathy piece, the de-escalation piece needs some support.
Rob Critchlow, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.